Welcome back to Delta Code. I am Delta giving you the alpha so you can be most sigma. Delta Code, I decode finance, and today we're going to be looking at earnings. Very exciting week. Lots of big companies reporting earnings and some crypto. To start, this is the earnings calendar, and we had Palantir report Monday. We'll take a look at that. Tuesday, we had PayPal, AMD, Alphabet, Snapchat. Wednesday, there was Uber, Disney, Toyota, Qualcomm, ARM. Today, Lili Illy, Roblox, Amazon, Pinterest, Cloudflare. We'll take a look at some of these. Also, some crypto. So, starting off first, Palantir. If you bought it a year ago, you are up more than 5x. Congratulations. Now, this company seems really, really overvalued. $253 billion on, I think, $1 billion of revenue or something like that. It is moon time for no reason. Super overvalued, in my opinion. So, if you were holding since 20, you know what to do. Next up, PayPal. PayPal went down from 90 after earnings down to 78. So, not great if you are a PayPal holder. I sold my shares a while ago. AMD. This is our AI play other than NVIDIA, but AMD does not have, nor have they ever had, the software stack like NVIDIA. This is where they're behind, but there are ways to use AMD chips with CUDA. So maybe in the future, maybe. They reported great earnings, better than expected guidance, and yet they're worth less than Palantir, even though they make 7 times more money in 1 quarter than Palantir makes in a year. Keep that in mind. Next up, ARM. ARM is kind of holding steady, about 1% off. High recently 177, now 160. Yeah. ARM are the architecture in your iPhones and modern computers. Qualcomm also your Snapdragon in the phones. It was the high of 223 in June of last year. Recent low of 150, about 170 now. So not bad. Not bad at all. What do we got? Qualcomm. So far, so good. Not much of a drop. Next up, Google's, Alphabet's. It was in March of last year was 130. Now it's close to 200. So firing on all cylinders, making money from YouTube, from ads, though AI does threaten them. Google is also going to be one of the AI winners. So they're going to disrupt themselves. You trust. All good in Google. Amazon also low of 162 in the past June, now 223. Up and to the right, we like what we see. All is well in Amazon land. Pinterest has had ups and downs, but we had a big bump here after earnings. Today we had an 18% bump after earnings. That is good. We like to see. Sadly, we have sold most of our Pinterest after the failed PayPal acquisition. Now, Coinbase reports their earnings in about a week, I believe on the 13th. Coinbase is our biggest position. We think that these numbers are awfully low given they're about to report blowout earnings and good guidance. Guidance is looking good. Now, crypto. Bitcoin is sub 100,000. Ethereum is sub 3,000. And Solana is sub 200. So there's been a pullback. We are neutral to fear land in crypto, and market cap has dropped from I think 3.6 at the top to 3.1 trillion. Lots of blood in the streets at the moment, as you can see, and we are considering adding. Buy when there's fear. What are we looking to buy? We're looking to buy some of this. Some Athena. ENA at 47. Could be a local bottom. Start averaging in, perhaps, and see where it goes from there. The interest rate on Athena stablecoin has dropped down to 6% from 20%, so perhaps the market sees less value when interest drops. The interest drops when the funding rate drops because of their delta neutral carry trade. What does that mean? Who knows? Delta. Anyways, don't expect a suit every time. I'm just trying to sound for fun. So, when you're in CoinMarketCap, it is common for it to have 1 hour, 24 hour, and 7 day, but I like to put 30, 60, and 90-day percent changes. It gives you better perspective. So, despite in the last 60 days, Bitcoin being down 3%, it's still up 26% in the last 3 months. Ethereum is not doing so hot, down 7% in the last 90 days, 30% in the last 60 days. Let's see, Solana, 20% down in the last 7 days, but only down 2% in the last 30. So it gives you better perspective of a bigger time frame. If you just look at like 24 hours or 7 days or even 1 hour, you can just see a sea of red and think this is a good buying opportunity. Let's see, down 25%. Oh, wow. But it's still up 200%, right? Similar for, let's say, XRP. You'd be like, oh, down 25% might be a good time to pick some up. But if you zoom out, you'll notice that it's still up 300% in the last 90 days. So it has plenty more to give back until it finds a bottom. Okay? So look at least 3 months zoom out, if not longer, to get a better perspective. Hyperliquid is up. It's holding up well. Uniswap, it's still up in the 90 days. It's down 50% in the last 60. They are about to launch the Unichain. And V4, Uniswap, just launched. Reduces fees by a lot. So the premier DeFi platform exchange. Now, if you were on the fence on some of these and looking to start buying, this may not be a bad time to start dollar cost averaging in. I would say buy about 10% now. If it goes down more, then average cost down. If it goes up, maybe make sure that it's a trend up and then buy more. But do not ape in, do not buy everything at once. I will now give you some low price point entries for some of my favorite cryptos and do what you want with those. Also, Bearchain Layer 2 or Layer 1 launched today. There was an airdrop. I think it was at $14. It's been down only. Huge funding rate on shorts on Hyperliquid. So, Ethereum, sub 2,700. To me, it's a buy. Honestly, anything under 3,000. But if you want to wait, you could wait till 2,500 maybe. Recent crash, which was the biggest in crypto history last weekend, bigger than the FTX, saw it wick down to 2,100 for just a moment. So if you want to bottom fish, put some low orders at 2,200 or so, maybe 2,500 more likely to fill, or just start dollar cost averaging here. Bitcoin, I could see it drop below 90,000. I would not be afraid to wait for that. Solana, sub 150, maybe 120, possible. I think it's still up a lot in the last year. Chainlink, 15 maybe, might be a good entry point. Sui, 150, $2. There's a lot of unlocks happening here. It's super hyped up. It's gone up a lot. It's still up 40% in the last 90 days. Hyperliquid, it's up 650%. So it could go up more. It could go down a lot more. I think 17 to 18 is a good entry point. Polkadot, this is fine. 450. They're about to release an upgrade called Jam that's going to get rid of parachains. This is a whole new architecture that should make Polkadot a premier L1 and more competitive. So 450 is a good price. I would not mind picking some up here. Sub 4, if it drops down, even better. But notice it's down 56% and it's only at 4%. So it's not a bad entry point. Uniswap, yeah, 9. Not bad. $8, $9. Pick up between 7 and 9. All right before this upgrade. Near, $3. That seems like a good deal. Anything around here, 250 to 350 seems like a good deal. Aave, sub 300. Honestly, if it drops below 200, back up the truck, but it's still up 35%. BitTensor, I would say sub 300, maybe 250, 225 is a good entry point. But if you want to start averaging here, it's down 32% or 50% for the last 2 months. Jupe, sub dollar, it's a good pickup. Lido, 150. Anything close to $1, honestly, it's great. Radium, near 5. This is good. Celestia, under 3, might not be bad entry point. ENA, this is what I'm looking at now. It's down 50% in the last 30 and 60 days. It's been as high as $1.30 recently, so this is not a bad. There is a huge unlock happening at the end of March, so maybe people are selling in anticipation of the unlock. So be careful with this one. You can trade it short term, but be mindful of the unlock. What else? Say, this is pretty low for Say. It's down 67% in 60 days. I haven't played much, but it's a popular new layer 1, and layer 1s do get quite a bid. So possibly, if you want to be a Saiyan, this might not be a bad entry point. It's been as high as, I think, it's $1. So if it retraces back, maybe you get a 5x there. ENS, I mean, it's still up 42%, even though it's 37. So this is pretty high, maybe sub 20. What else? Aerodrome Finance, under $1, I think is a good deal. It's been as high as $2 recently, so this is a probably easy 100% if market bounces back. It's 58% down in 60 days. And lastly, I think we have Arweave, sub $10 is a good deal. At 8, I would back up the truck. Anything below that, I might pick up some more. Zcash, sub 30 is a great steal. I may pick up some more here at 30. Rune, we are waiting on resolution of the insolvency. Looks like the proposal that's going to win and be implemented is converting the debt into a token, like a bond, that gives the debtors a entitlement to revenue profit sharing from the protocol, which should make everybody whole sooner or later. Plus, then you can trade your bond on the secondary market and get your money instantly, maybe at a discount. But if you're not patient to get paid over time, and your bond may actually have a lot of upside if Thorchain is successful. So there might be a lot of speculation. Eigenlayer dropped below $2. This might be a good deal. 170. ZK Sync at 10 cents. This also may be a good deal. I would not mind picking up those. I will not discuss meme coins. We don't do that. We don't meme. Layer 0, 260. I think it was as high as 5. Yeah. So it's down 60% in the last 2 months, 50% last 30 days. So you can see this. It's a bloodbath across the board. Is the bull market over? Maybe. Maybe this is buy the dip situation. Bitcoin is still hovering near 100,000, which gives us hope. The dominance is up though, and Ethereum BTC ratio is down and to the right, which sucks. But as long as Bitcoin holds above 70,000, I think bull market is still good and healthy. We're at 3 trillion. As long as we're above 2 trillion, I think we're in good shape. So even if we give back another 30%, we're still good. The administration is buying Ethereum. Eric Trump tweeted, buy Ethereum and thank me later. So I don't know what to tell you. Might be a good time to buy. And lastly, this is pretty much the forecast for Q4 for Coinbase. They will report next week. I will make an updated one. Slight difference in numbers, but this is a pretty good rough draft that you can work off of. I am expecting up only for Coinbase, 350 to 400 in the short term, maybe 500 by the end of Q1, especially if we get a bounce back in the market. They're making more money on everything. So on to the next quarter, but we will pay close attention to their guidance. So if by next week the crypto market deteriorates further, they may guide lower in expectations of lower profits. But last Sunday, the biggest meltdown in crypto, they made record profits on their transactions. So as I've said before, volatility is good for Coinbase. People make more transactions, they trade more. Now, if prices go down a lot, people stop trading. People just go away and hope for a comeback later. So, volatility is good, but prices down only, not good. That was a quick recap. Tech stocks, up and down. Earnings are good for AMD, and yet it went down. Palantir showed meh earnings and up to the moon. Google's holding up well. Amazon is holding up well. Big tech is holding up well. This is a big part of the indices, S&P 500 and QQQ. So as long as they hold up well, all is good. Pinterest made a big jump. We are hopeful and anticipating a good earnings report from Coinbase based on our analysis and good guidance based on the quarter so far. Q1, January has been a great month, and February is off to a good start given the volatility. Now, if prices remain depressed in the altcoins other than Bitcoin, we may see less trading and investors just going off for the spring or the rest of the winter. What am I doing? Mostly trying to sit on my hands, making a few leveraged trades, but mostly sitting on my hands. So how are we feeling? bullish. We're feeling very bullish, despite the bearish sentiment, especially with Coinbase being contrarian, often pays. Once the market realizes what we know, maybe up only. Thank you for tuning in. Don't forget to like and subscribe. It really helps out the channel. I don't do this for money. I don't do this for fun. I do this for likes and subscribes. So if you would be kind, pay your dues. Pay your dues over here, wherever it is. Until next time, may the force of compound interest be with you. Peace.